Man, I got a dentist appointment later today, which really sucks, so this is probably going to be the only chance that I get to narrate a battle, and it's a little bit early, so if I mess up in the narration, my bad. But yeah, this is going to be an RU battle against my good buddy Jacob, aka MrNintendoFanMan. He's going to get back into uploading and narrating Wi-Fi battles, so his channel link is going to be down in the description. Now, I'm just using the RU team I used in my previous RU battle, because I really like this team. Looking at threats on his side of the field, though, Superior and Sigilyph are the two biggest problems I'm going to see in this battle. Because if that is Cosmic Power, Psycho Shift, and I lose my Rotom and I am unable to trick Sigilyph, then that thing's going to get too much out of hand. Then if Superior is sub-Calm Mind and I allow it to set up, I easily get swept, so I definitely have to watch out for those two. Anyways, I decided to lead off with Ferraseed as he's going to be leading off with the Archeops. Now, thinking he would want to U-turn now into the Superior just to start setting up on me, I decided to go for the Toxic, but he actually ends up U-turning out into the Sigilyph, which is actually a better play because now he gets to scout out to see what I wanted to go for and get a better intel about what my moveset is. So not wanting to take an Air Slash or a possible Hidden Power, I decided to switch into my Rotom as it reveals to me to have the more than likely Hidden Power Fire, because why would you go for Hidden Power Ice on a Ferraseed? And I'm going to make the very obvious play and go for the Volt Switch as he makes a good double switch into his Steelix. Now knowing he more than likely would just go for the Stealth Rocks, I decided to switch into my Hitmonchan to rapid spin them away, considering that he doesn't have a spin blocker. Anytime he does get them up and I get a free switch into my Hitmonchan, I should be able to freely spin them away. As he goes for the Roar, he's going to Roar me out into Entei. Now, we were playing moves again because it had disconnected, so he originally roared me out into Slowking. Then again, if he had roared me out into Entei in our first battle, I wouldn't have stayed in on the Steelix anyways, just because he's still up to sturdy range, and not to mention that nothing on his team really appreciates an Adamant Choice banded Flare Blitz. So yeah, I guess it wasn't really too big of a deal. As he switched into the Licky, I went for the Scald, as I believe he went for the Wish, just scouting out to see what he wanted to do, and maybe I could get a burn. But knowing he more than likely is going to switch out, I decided to pull a double switch into my Ferraseed, as he does bring in the Feraligatr. And honestly, Feraligatr can really do nothing to Ferraseed, so thinking he might want to go for a Swords Dance, I decided to go for the Leech Seed, but he makes a good play into the Sigilyph, and not wanting to take the possible Hidden Power Fire, I decided to bring in my Clefable. As this turn, I'm just going to try to get up my Stealth Rocks because he has no spinner. I know any type of hazards I do get up, they should be here to stay for the remainder of this battle. As he switches into the Superior, which is actually named after me. For those of you who do not know, Superior is my all-time favorite Pokemon. Yeah, I found that to be a bit odd that he switched it in, but it turns out that he actually isn't sub-Calm Mind because he turns out to go for the Taunt. So one potential massive giant threat is no longer going to be a problem to me, especially because he's more of a supportive set, which is really good information for later on in the battle. That means I don't have to constantly try to predict it to switch in with my Ferocity and go for the Leech Seed, Toxic, and then I can just go for like Leech Seed or Spikes. So he brings the Feraligatr on my Swords Dance. Wait, what? He brings in Feraligatr on my Seismic Toss. As he goes for the Swords Dance, I switched into my Rotom. And here, because the Volt Switch or Thunderbolt is so obvious, and I know he's not going to want to bring in Superior on the off chance that I do go for the Hidden Power Ice, my best move to go for is the Leaf Storm. As he does bring in the Steelix, I get off a heavy hit on that, which will allow me to 2 KO it, but he knows he might be able to pass a Wish Up to it later on in this battle and be able to get up his Stealth Rocks if I do lose my Hitmonchan. And he decides to bring in the Sigilyph, which even after -2, that Leaf Storm still did a pretty good amount of damage to. I mean, come on, that's a Sigilyph. It has some relatively good bulk. So he turns out to actually be a dual screen set, which is even better for me because now I don't have to worry about him trying to set up with Cosmic Power and Psycho Shifting burns and the Toxic that he had. So that's some really good information. After getting up both screens, I know he's going to want to switch out. So what I'm going to do is predict him to more than likely just bring in the Feraligatr or the Licky, and I'm going to go for the Toxic. As he does bring in Licky, I can now switch into my Ferraseed, because honestly, what can Licky do to Ferroseed? Nothing at all. Body Slam paralyzed me. Okay, my speed's already like 2. So it really isn't that big of a deal. And knowing that he more likely will switch out, I'm just going to get up a layer of Spikes because now I can get even more hazard damage on his team. And yeah, that's basically it. So I'm going to pull a switch into my Slowking, knowing that he more likely is going to predict me to switch into Clefable because I did that earlier. Slowking being max defense and max HP can deal with this Feraligatr one-on-one. Even after a +2 crunch, I can go for the Scald, possibly burn it, or because it's at such low HP, I can go for the side shock and possibly take it out. But I actually forgot about the screens being up, which was really stupid of me. I should have just gone straight for the Toxic. As he brings in the Superior, I know he's not going to go for the Lead Seed or the possible Giga Drain, so what I'm going to do is go for the Toxic, but I forgot that he carried Taunt, so that was really stupid of me. I should have been paying more attention, but hey, it's fine. So knowing that this turn he's going to go for Lead Seed or the Giga Drain, I decided to bring in Clefable, which because I do have the Magic Guard ability, a Lead Seed would not be affecting me at all, so that's really good for me. And I'm just going to stay in, I believe, and go for the Seismic, or do I switch out? No, I actually pull a double switch into my Entei, knowing that he's going to be forced to switch out because Superior can literally do nothing to Clefable. And at this point, it's his choice on what he wants to get incinerated by this Adamant Choice Banded Flare Blitz, and he's gonna go for the Protect, just more than likely scatting out to see what I wanted to do on the off chance that maybe I was like sub-combined or something, which actually sub-combined Entei is not a bad set whatsoever. It's actually pretty unexpected and can really help you, I know from prior experience. So at this point he's gonna bring in Superior, and I just destroyed myself. No! What is wrong with me? So I take out Superior as he brings in the Archeops. Is it Archeops or Archeops? Because I've heard both pronunciations of the name. But not wanting to take a possible head smash, I decided to switch into my Ferraseed as he does end up going for the U-turn. Thanks to the Iron Barb damage and the Stealth Rocks being up, he will be brought below Defeatist range unless he is able to pass a Wish Up to the Archeops. And even then, I do have Slowking and Ferraseed for it, so I really have nothing to worry about it. I'm then going to bring in Clefable on this Sigilyph just to take any hit from this thing. And because he has dual screens, Hidden Power Fire and Air Slash, this thing has no form of recovery outside of Lickilicky's Wish. So I can honestly just stay in Soft Bolt and Seismic Toss until that thing is eventually gone. But this turn, he's going to end up bringing in the Steelix, which isn't too bad. I mean, I do have Hitmonchan, which can just come in and freely rapid spin away the rock. So I guess he thought Steelix was the least useful thing to him in this battle, because now we can get a free switch into this Lickilicky. Now, knowing that he's not going to go for the Body Slam and more than likely just go for the Wish, I decided to switch into my Entei, which was a bit dumb of me because after the Wish, the Protect is very, very, very obvious. And I don't think an Adamant Choice Banded Flare Blitz will be able to take out Lickilicky at full HP just because I know how bulky those things are. So what I decided to do was bring in my Ferraseed, just go for the Lead Seed to see what he wants to do. If he wants to stay in Body Slam, I have Lead Seed and Iron Barb's damage racking up on him. So either way, it wouldn't be too bad of a play. As this turn, he decides to go for the Wish and actually tries to pull the Wish off to his Feraligatr, which really isn't a bad play at all. Just because most Ferroseeds don't tend to carry an offensive move, he thought that this would be his perfect chance to get the Wish. Then again, even at +2, Gator can't do anything to Ferroseed, so it was kind of a weird play, but not at the same time, if you get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I take out the Feraligatr with the Seed Bomb as he gets a free switch into Sigilyph. I'm just going to switch directly into my Slowking because honestly, I can beat this thing one-on-one. I could have also gone into Clefable, but if I did go into Clefable, that means I would lure out the Archeops or the Lickilicky, forcing me to switch out. So I thought Slowking would be the better play to take on either one of those two that he brought in after I took out Sigilyph, as he does bring in the Archeops because he is in Defeatist range. That crunch does practically nothing to me, and at this point his last is going to be the Lickilicky, which I will be able to eventually take out. So that's going to be the 5-0 victory in my favor. I know I won by a large margin, but once you really look at it, at the beginning of the battle he was in complete control, but halfway and near the end of the battle I was able to switch momentum into my favor and pull out the victory. So all in all, I thought it was a pretty good battle, and hopefully you guys did all enjoy it. So make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to see more content. I want to thank every single one of you for getting me almost to 5K. Without y'all, I would not be doing this. So enjoy the rest of your night, enjoy the rest of your day, and I do believe I'm out here. Later.